son really followed in his footsteps to an extreme. Solomon.
Ooh, yes.
That dude loved him some women.
Well,
Yep.
remember who his mother was.
Bathsheba.
Yeah. Interesting that the marriage didn't start out so good, and the progeny of that marriage didn't end up so good.
Well, Solomon was a wise man, but he fell away. I think he repented. He was led astray by his dick. Let's put it that way. He followed
Just
his
crossing
pee-pee.
over the 8-minute mark there.
Yeah, he followed his pee-pee, right?
Boy,
And I think he realized that
he absolutely was wise. Because didn't he ask for the gift of wisdom from God?
he did.
And he was supposedly the wisest man that ever lived. Or at least at that time he was.
And I
But
still think
his
he was.
wisdom,
I still think he was led astray for a time.
yeah, well, but his wisdom was not sufficient to keep him on the straight and narrow
No.
path.
No.
So it takes more than just raw IQ and knowledge.
Imagine that,
Well,
guys.
and wisdom is more than IQ.
Oh, I know.
But I mean, it's related, and you know that. I'm not schooling you here.
Well, wisdom is in my mind, is a confluence of intelligence, knowledge, and moral fortitude.
Oh, moral fortitude? Does that mean discipline?
Yes, absolutely. Sorry, Nick, didn't mean to derail you here, but I have a feeling
We're getting derailed.
Well, I have a feeling moral fortitude is going to come up here in a bit.
Oh, a bit. But the first few minutes of the podcast, we're trying to satiate people's appetites, talk about what we're going to talk about. It's like an introduction, right? Then you flesh it out, then you come back and restage your introduction or thesis, basically. So you're talking about everything before you talk about, like I did in sermons. So, or
Right.
when you look at scholarly papers, is how they do it. Gives it some structure. Oh, maybe I'm doing some of this on purpose and we're giving you a little fluff to get people to join. And before we hit the body of the material, so everybody can kind of address this on the same page instead of being lost in the conversation. Okay, so there is this video about Doug Wilson talking about women ratting out their husbands to the elders. So basically subverting the hierarchy to appease the pastors of wrongthink. Oh, they oppose the post-war consensus. Oh, they might not want to do Christmas anymore. Oh, God forbid, they want to do head coverings. Or they don't like seed oils. Oh, or they prefer their wives in red dresses, which Joel Webben himself talks about. It's so bad that these husbands, make these their wishes known to these women, and they expect them to obey. Man, I guess like the lieutenant can't issue orders to the private or the corporal, right? Say, hey, the enemy's over there, this is what's right, this is a plan to engage. There's probably some freedom of moving on there based on discretion, as long as the objective is achieved, right?
So who said this? Joel Webben or Doug Wilson?
Oh, Doug Wilson again. He's a minister of, I think, Christkirk or Christchurch in Moscow, Idaho. He has a college news, St. Andrews. I actually met him. I've talked to him one-on-one a few times at conferences. I was an intern in the CREC at Church of the Redeemer, West Monroe, but at the time it was called Auburn Avenue Presbyterian Church, where the Federal Vision got started. I interned under Steve Wilkins, and he's still the pastor today. And ex-wife fled to said church. Basically
So
calling
let me
me,
understand this.
in effect,
I'm a little bit slow
a
here.
nabal.
So according to Doug Wilson, if a man tells his wife to wear a red dress, he's overstepping his authority, which pretty much maybe he doesn't believe in Ephesians 5 where a woman is to submit in everything. Wearing a red dress, that's beyond his authority. Would that be correct?
Or First Peter 3 or Colossians chapter 3 or Numbers chapter 30 or so on and so forth, right? Well,
Oh,
submission doesn't
okay.
really mean that. It doesn't really mean you have to obey, even though it talks about obedience and gives actual examples of obedience to orders. Okay.
So it's just that interpretation just only lead her where she wants to go.
Uh no, so it's really no authority. It's all responsibility with no authority.
Yeah.
Isn't that
we have another term?
slavery?
Well, yeah, I'd say we're not allowed to say that word. It is
Uh-oh.
what's a term I can say? It's
I already said it.
forced labor, maybe forced
Mm,
mandatory labor. There we go. It's mandatory.
no.
That's probably the best YouTube euphemism.
I already said it. Oh well.
Yeah, you're in a mood today. We got you.
Well, that's what people
Oh.
expected, so I'm providing.
Can we say indentured servitude?
That one I think you can say.
Oh, okay. Is that what you mean?
You mean servant servitude? How does that make sense?